guys, welcome to Carol's Universe, tarot readings from the heart. So we're going to do your week ahead reading. We are looking at your general life during the week, your love life and also your career. Sit back, relax and enjoy your reading. Oh, hi there guys, welcome to Carol's Universe, tarot readings from the heart. So we're going to do your week ahead reading this week. I just wanted to show you the cards that we're using this week. We are using the Radiant Wise mini deck, miniature tarot, and we're going to just look at your general message for the week through those. For the work reading, we're using the Cosmic Cycles Tarot by Martina Razzo and Miriam E.G. A beautiful deck. If you haven't checked out a review of this deck, well, you probably don't need to check it out now. Well, actually, maybe you do, because obviously not all of the cards are going to be shown on this. We're only picking 5 cards from this deck to have a look at message for careers. So if you want to check out the actual review of this deck, guys, you can. It's on the channel, okay, so where you get to see all of the deck, what every single card looks like. We are also going to use, for the love reading section of the reading, guys, the Modern Love Tarot by Ethany. She actually is a YouTuber, this lady. Fantastic tarot creator and also oracle deck creator as well. I'm in love with this deck. This is specifically for love readings. I haven't done a review on this particular deck yet, but yeah, one will be coming up soon. But I just couldn't wait to use this for the love readings this week. So we're going to use this for the love readings, and also we're going to use, for your spiritual advice for the week, we're going to use the Angel Wisdom Tarot by Radley Valentine. Hi Virgo, welcome to Carol's Universe, tarot readings from the heart. So we're going to quickly do your week ahead reading. This is the 25th, January 25th, 2021 through to January 31st, which is next Sunday. We're looking at your general message for the week, your career message for the week, and your love message for the week. Okay, Virgo, so we've got the cards down. Let me just put this over here so that you can see that clearer. Let's have a look at what the general message is this week for you guys. 8 of Coins is all about work, hard work. Sometimes it can be about repetitive actions, because sometimes this card means to chip away at something. So, and this is actually you, isn't it? This is first decan in Virgo. Hard work is the 8 of Coins. Putting effort in, focus, learning, mastering a skill. Let's have a look at the next one. You know, I think that this is a week for developing your intuition, to be perfectly honest with you, because the 8 of Coins is a card about mastership and learning and education, and the High Priestess is a card that can indicate secrecy. The other way to look at it, though, is the High Priestess can represent somebody who holds a lot of stuff in. So this is somebody who can be very secretive. The 8 of Coins can easily, if you look at him chipping away, this could be somebody who's chipping away at somebody who won't open up, for example, somebody who's secretive. So I think looking at this combination, it almost feels to me that there are a couple of things that this is saying. Number one, for some of you Virgos, it probably is a really good week for working hard, for developing your intuitive skills, perhaps with the High Priestess and the 8 of Coins. So yeah, a good week for doing that. If you're kind of a trainee tarot reader, or you know, you want to develop your skills in clairvoyancy or things like that, it might be a good week to work on developing your intuitive, your spiritual skills, for example, your esoteric skills, that type of thing. For some of you guys, it might be a good week to try and find out if somebody's hiding something from you. I don't mean in terms of like deception. I mean if somebody won't open up. The High Priestess is not renowned for opening up. She keeps a lot of things buried down deep. Maybe it's a good week for chipping away at somebody like this. What's the next one? Yeah, I mean, there's definitely something about, I think when I look at both cards, the High Priestess and the Queen of Cups is definitely a tarot reader or somebody who works within the spiritual field. So for some of you guys, again, just reiterating the first message, it's definitely, I think, a good week for some reason to work on developing your spiritual skills here with both cards. But also, I think, going on the line of somebody who hides a lot of stuff with the High Priestess, and somebody who possibly works at chipping away at that, possibly with the Queen of Cups energy, by showing some form of love and care and empathy. Because the High Priestess can be very cut off. She can be very cold. She can be very disconnected. And the Queen of Cups can be somebody who's very caring and understanding, who does things with the utmost care and the utmost love. So perhaps it's a good week for chipping away at maybe what somebody is hiding here, what somebody is holding back on, but doing it with a lot of love and a lot of care and a lot of kind of respect and understanding, with the Queen of Cups energy showing there. The Six of Coins is all about exchange. So a kind exchange, a loving exchange is here with the Six of Coins energy. But also the Six of Coins is offering some form of support. Ten of Cups energy. I just feel it's a really good week for supporting somebody within the family as well, with the Ten of Cups energy showing here. There's a couple of things I'm thinking here with this particular message, Virgo. Number one, I think it's really important for those of you who have an interest in tarot or astrology, or I don't know whether astrology, that's not particularly intuitive, is it? That's more science. But certainly you have an interest maybe in clairvoyancy, in tarot, in that, you know, any type of those esoteric skills. It is a good week for developing that, because the High Priestess and the Queen of Cups is a tarot reader and she is a clairvoyant. So it's a really good week if you're interested in any of that, for developing, working hard and learning more about your intuitive skills, okay? And perhaps how you can share them with the community as well, because the Six of Coins is sharing and exchanging, and the Ten of Cups can be the community as well, okay? So good week for learning and developing your intuitive skills, your spiritual skills, your psychic skills, probably with the High Priestess, Queen of Cups and the Eight of Coins, and how you can share these skills within the community with the Ten of Cups and the Six of Coins. Possibly some of you guys want to start a YouTube channel doing tarot reading or something like that. The other way to look at this is, I think that there may be somebody who's holding back, who's hiding something from you with the High Priestess energy. This person won't open up. Perhaps you want to work on this individual, but do it in a very loving way. Perhaps you want to be able to offer your support in a very loving way with the Queen of Cups energy. Maybe this is somebody who's a family member, for example, with the Ten of Cups. Let's have a look at your career reading. So the Ace of Swords, I do feel that it is a good week with the Ace of Swords energy for putting new ideas into practice. But also the Ace of Swords is the pen. So it's a good idea, I think, this week for writing certain things down with the Ace of Swords energy showing there. But Ace of Swords is usually about implementing new ideas. Six of Cups energy. Now the Six of Cups is interesting because, you know, you can read the Six of Cups as somebody from the past, or it's a card about reminiscing. Remembrance is the Six of Cups energy, but also the Six of Cups is about people who you care about, family members, for example. The Eight of Wands. Do you know what? I just feel with the Eight of Wands, I mean, we had this in another reading, but I read it very differently. I think it might have been for Taurus, perhaps. The message for work, I think that there's something about, with the Six of Cups being the past, and the Eight of Wands being movement and advancement, it feels like it's almost saying that there's a need, perhaps, this week to move away from the past, or to move away from something, because the Six of Cups is underdeveloped. And if you look at this particular Six of Cups, you've got a child here. It's child's play. So it's a very young energy showing here. And it almost feels like with the Eight of Wands being the card of advancement, it feels like there's a need now to advance from a stage that you've been at. This Six of Cups could be that you've been in a low paid job, or you've been in a job where, you know, you haven't particularly advanced, or you've not moved forward. You've been doing something that is fairly simplistic, maybe with the Six of Cups energy, very young, very kind of you know, not childlike, but it almost feels as well, when I look at the Six of Cups energy, you're surrounded by a lot of support. Just looks like maybe you, Virgo, and these two people here look like they're people who are supporting you. But it almost feels like with the Eight of Wands now, there is time now to move away from this, and perhaps with the Ace of Swords energy to start developing some new ideas, and to move away from being in this stage, perhaps within your work, moving towards perhaps a higher realm, or onto something higher, or something that advances you further. The Temperance Energy. So the Temperance Energy is often a collaboration between parties. But Temperance can also be about balance. Do you know what this reminds me of? Because this particular deck, the Cosmic Cycles, for me, how I read this deck, and I'm in love with it, it's probably my favourite deck at the moment. It's a very visual deck. So you tend to read on some of the cards very visually. And this looks like somebody who's flexible. So it just feels to me that you have to be more flexible now in terms of what you do. And I just feel that with this Eight of Wands being the card of movement and the Six of Cups being something about the past, and the past sometimes can be quite stagnant. And it almost feels like with the Ace of Swords being the cutting motion, you know, like it's a sword, it's a cutting tool. It feels like you need to cut away from the past. Or you need to at least cut away from the ties of support here. It feels like you've had a lot of support, some of you guys, in the work. But now it's time to cut away from this with the Ace of Swords and the Six of Cups, and to advance yourself forward with that Eight of Wands. There is a need for you, I think, with this Temperance energy as well. The Temperance energy means to experiment too. If you think, even though she looks very flexible on the card, and actually the word that came to me with this card is stretch. So there's a need to kind of stretch yourself, because she's very flexible, she's stretching. I'm sorry to use kind of play on words, but that's what it feels like it's saying. There's a need to kind of stretch yourself with this Temperance energy showing here. I think stretching yourself will bring rewards with this Seven of Coins energy showing here. Now, if you look at the Seven of Coins, this guy here has got a lot of medals here, but he's got medals for the work that he's done. And I just feel with this Temperance energy, stretching yourself is going to bring more rewards than you have right now. So if I were to read these all together, just looking at the visuals of the cards and also looking at the motion and the movement and the feel of the cards, I would actually say that in terms of your career, Virgo, I think that this is a week really for cutting away with that Ace of Swords from things that you've been doing in the past. So, and actually as well, it feels like if we're looking at things that you've been doing in the past, because the Six of Cups can also be naivety. Remember on the card, we've got a child here. Now, she's playing kind of, you know, tea time with parents, you know. She's pouring the tea. The mum and dad are sitting there. They're pretending to drink tea with her. She's got her teddy bears that are at it's a tea party. But it's all pretend. There's nothing real about this. It's just everybody's playing along because it's a cute little kid. But it's not real. So there's a need to cut away now from the fantasy, from something that isn't. And I almost feel that it's not quite you. That's what's coming to me. It feels like if we riff off those meanings with the Six of Cups, that whatever you're doing right now, you're not advanced in it, Virgo, or you've not advanced in a long time. And it feels like with the Six of Cups being the card of the actor, and that in a way within this reading that it's not quite you, because you're just playing here. This is just all play. You've yet really to show who you truly are. I feel that there is a need now to cut away from this play, because you've played for too long. You've almost played with your career for too long. Either you've been fearful to step into your truth of who you are, or you've been kind of just wanting to be protected for too long in your career. It's almost like you stood in the background. That's what I'm getting here. It's almost like some of you guys have really taken this back step and you've just been in the background, completely afraid to step forward. But I feel that it is time now, almost with that Eight of Wands being the movement card, it's almost like a promoting oneself forward. I feel that some of you guys, it's time to cut out childish things, because the Six of Cups is childish. It's not that you're stupid, Virgo, and it's certainly not that you're naive. You're just afraid, I think. And I think it's time to cut away from childish things. And if you look here, there's a child on that card too. But it is time, I believe, to cut away from childish things. And it's time now to advance yourself and put yourself forward. And I think that stretching yourself with this Temperance energy showing here is going to bring rewards to you. I think it's going to bring a lot of rewards to you. But I think that if you don't try, you won't know. That's the problem. If you don't try, some of you guys haven't been willing to try. You've just been stagnant, and I think it's definitely something to do with fear. But I think that you've got to try. And also Temperance means to experiment. So I think that there is a need now to experiment as well, to stretch yourself and to experiment in different directions, even if it means in your job that you put yourself forward for responsibilities that you were afraid to do before. I think it's a really good time to do that, because I think that this is going to be very rewarding going forward. Finally, in terms of love, Virgo, what do we have? Well, we have got the Five of Cups and Four, and the Five of Cups is sadness. Now, you'll notice on this version of the Five of Cups, there's a cough in here, which is very interesting. She's lost someone. She's mourning the loss of a relationship, of a loved one, someone she loved. the Seven of Cups energy. So I think that the advice is this week that even though some of you guys may be mourning the loss of a relationship, there are a lot of opportunities out there. There are a lot of other suitors, or there are a lot of other opportunities for love out there, and they're staring you in the face. You probably just don't see it. But I feel with the Four of Swords energy that you need to take a step back and you need to heal, and you need to just kind of contemplate what the next move will be with the Four of Swords. I just feel that with the Four of Swords, she's just relaxing, she's taking a step back, okay, from the Emperor. Now, the Emperor can be the important person within your life, male or female, or the Emperor can be kind of just to establish yourself and to build yourself back up again. Let's get the next one here. Right, so this is a system. And with the Death card, it needs to end. All right. So, and boundaries as well. And in a way, I feel that you need to relax these boundaries. The Four of Swords is relaxed, and these are boundaries, and this needs to end. So for me on this reading, Virgo, you know what I think the cards are saying to you? Some of you guys are mourning the loss of a relationship. So much so that you don't see the opportunities staring you in the face and the opportunities for love around you. And I think that the advice is you really need to stop putting these boundaries on yourself. Some of you guys won't allow yourself to love again because you lost someone here. But these boundaries with the Emperor energy, with the Four of Swords and the Death, bookending this card here, sandwiching this card being sandwiched between these two here. I think what it's telling you to do, you need to let go. You need to really kind of just completely take down your boundaries, because I think that you're losing out on something good. I think you're losing out on some good opportunities, even to make good friends, or even just to develop friendships, friendships, and maybe one of those friendships could turn into something more, but you won't allow yourself to do that. And you won't allow yourself to do that because you are mourning, which is why you put all these boundaries up around yourself. That's why you keep doing it. You just put these boundaries up because you're afraid. Not because not necessarily, I think partly because you're afraid, but also because you can't get over someone here. And I think the universe is saying it's time now. There are so many people out there that you could get with, that you could get to know, but you put your walls up with the Emperor. It's time with the Four of Swords and the Death card to let those walls down. Let's have a quick recap of the reading then before we finish off, Virgo. Firstly, your general message this week is, if you are interested in the esoteric, if you are interested in tarot or clairvoyancy or any type of divination, it is time, and it is a good idea this week to work on developing your intuitive and also your psychic skills. Your intuitive and psychic skills, High Priestess and Queen of Cups, it's a really good idea to start developing that, okay? And also working on ways that you can share this Six of Coins energy within the community with the Ten of Cups, okay? The other thing to say is there may be somebody around you with the High Priestess who seems to be, depressed, or they won't open up about something. It may be a good week to try and work on getting them to open up, but do it with care, do it with love, and do it with compassion with the Queen of Cups energy. This person may be a family member and they may be in need of support. Also, for some of you guys, it may be an important week to try and support a family member or a close friend. The other thing to say is career, time to cut away from childish things. Some of you guys are acting like, like you can't, like you've got no skill, or like you're not good enough, or you don't have the ability, and the universe is saying that you do. You've been cocooned for far too long. And now it's time to cut away from all of that, and you need to kind of really put yourself out there with the Eight of Wands, promote who you are with the Eight of Wands energy, stretch yourself with the Temperance energy. Don't be afraid to experiment, don't be afraid to try things out, because if you do that in terms of your career, you're going to see that there are a lot of rewards coming your way, but also this will be very rewarding for you. Finally, in terms of love, take down these boundaries that you've put up, Virgo, because you've got the Four of Swords and the Death card bookending that Emperor energy there. Emperor is about putting up boundaries, and Four of Swords is about relaxing those boundaries, and Death is about taking that down completely. So it's time to relax the boundaries of the Emperor energy showing here. And, some of you guys, you lost someone here. You probably lost this Emperor. We're going to double up the card. You probably lost this person here. okay? And some of you guys may have taken time out to heal from that, but it's been too long. You're still mourning the loss of a relationship here, and whilst you're doing that, you're missing out on all of the incredible people out there. I know that we're on lockdown in a lot of places of the world, but you are still missing out on, the potential for love. And when we're out of all of this stuff that we've been going through for the past year and whatever, you're going to need this. So it's time to try and kind of take down those walls that you've put up, Virgo, okay? Because there are so many opportunities for love out there. All is not lost. Let's have a quick look at what the spiritual advice is for the week. Ooh, the High Priestess showed again. Meditate and turn inward to discover your soul's true desire. This is not the time for action. Develop your intuitive gifts and trust the wisdom you receive. Well, we were talking about that, weren't we? We were talking about developing your intuitive and your psychic gifts, definitely. But I do feel that it's a good week as well to help somebody out. Whether it's somebody who's been holding back, won't open up, or whether it's a family member, I think it's a good week to do that as well. All right, that is your reading, Virgo, for this week. I'd like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe. If you'd like to order a private reading, click on the link in the comment section below. Other than that, have a great week, and I will see you guys on the next one. Take care, my darlings. Bye.